So welcome back, where we have more men's 50s, 55s actions. This time it's Ireland versus Jersey. And if you've had this stream on the background all day, you've probably got sick of my voice. Well, thankfully, for the first time today, I've got a co-commentator. We did interviews. I mean, we've done co-coms for so long now. It's myself and Lloyd Duffy. Lloyd, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying the sun. I'm enjoying how much shade this little gazebo's got as well. But yeah, it's been a good day of touch so far. It's been great to ref and great to watch.
Absolutely. And you were reffing one of the mixed men's 50s clashes earlier between Chile and England. What are we expecting out of Jersey and Ireland?
Well, we think these are probably teams kind of lower down the pecking order, and they're not expecting to get high finishes. But this Jersey team is one that 20 years ago was turning up as the 30s. These are experienced boys, some of which only recently stopped playing 30s. We can't, completely look away from them and think they might come out of the bag and pull something off here. Immediately as we see a good strong drive at the middle.
And they've got nice kit as well. Just putting it out there. I've been complimenting people's kits who I want. That's Jason Kurt getting down for Peter Marks. And Jersey might open the scoring. There's good covering defence out there for the wing. It is really nice, isn't it? Like in the men's 50s, it's quite a tactical game. And I think what we saw earlier, especially with the Chile-England game, is that there was a lot of heads-up play coming from Chile, and I think that kind of surprised England.
Yeah, especially because there is a slightly slower game. So in this kind of situation, you get these, I'm going to run, and I'm just going to run around them. You can't really get that pace, so if you throw that extra pass, create that space with the hands, you're going to get a lot more distance. As we see, a fresh set of 6 given. Turnover Jersey now, takes the transition. Simple through that. Doing well. Touch Joy the halfway line.
Yeah, it's good driving here from Jersey, who straighten and create some inroads to go and strike off the back of. It's Jersey's number 1, Brett Graham. Technical problem solving happening. I'm Joe Wright. I'm not only a commentator, I'm also a mechanic and an engineer. Apologies for any dead air. We just had a little bit of a mic problem with Lloyd Duffy's mic.
It was not plugged in.
I was wondering what was happening, but we're all there now. 3 minutes in, still locked all square.
Already we're seeing Jersey, they're in transition, getting the yards, they're getting a strike on the 7, and you've got to feel that Ireland's offensive policy will only get them so far if they keep giving away these yards. You see slow down in the midfield now, possibly looking for the check, as Mark Peters goes down, setting for the scoop here. Jason Kerr picks up, he's got the yards, one-handed pass, he's going one more, oh, good little touch and then step back.
Yeah, he's good. Although Jersey are finding their way in behind those single shooters of Ireland a little bit too consistently for probably Ireland's liking. Historically, a division where Ireland haven't really found all that much success in their 50s, 55s programs. But what we've seen a lot over the recent years is in the Opens, you sort of have your core group of players and they sort of stay with you for 4 to 8 years. Whereas in the age groups, people age out all the time. So these divisions are constantly evolving and moving. And I think you're astute in your observation that this Jersey side's just been together for so long now. They know each other through and through. And I think you're seeing their attacking structure do the damage now. As you see an open side quickie, going hard at the line, diving. It's a good defensive touch that's made. Jason Kerr certainly trying to condition these defenders to stay nice and tight.
And people talk about Jersey as if it's, it is a very small country, a very small nation, but they produce these players that are now playing in the England system, the Yanis Alankos of the world. We've got the Cole Grahams, players who originally were part of these Jersey mixed teams at the World Cup and now breaking through into the England mixed teams. So there is talent there. Like, they shouldn't be underestimated.
Absolutely not. And I think we've see something similar as well, as we just see an injured player on the floor, and we'll move away from that It looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. So, but I think you've touched on a very nice point there. You see a lot with like the Cayman Islands. A lot of people go to university either in England or in the States, get like big jobs in the city, sort of stay, and then eventually come home and then start to rep Cayman Islands after playing touch and any code of rugby really for so long outside of that. And in fact, I think what we're going to do is both teams have been sent from the field. We're going to take a little bit of break of commentary because our Irish player yeah, we're going to take a bit of a break because the medics are coming over and we want to sort of give this the air that it needs. The clock will continue to run, but player protection is absolutely paramount, so we will be right back with you when we know what the state of play is moving forward. And so we are back. It's great to see the Irish middle up and moving. We wish him all the best. That is a really unfortunate injury and it looks like quite a bad one. So soon in the tournament.
Yeah.
Is it a little bit of problem solving now to happen for Ireland? Because not only have you lost a player who is willing to put his body on the line, it disrupts the pods, it disrupts the flow. It's a hard thing to react to, isn't it?
Yeah, and on top of that, firstly seeing it, your mate probably go down isn't helpful, and then having to defend a fresh set of 6 where everyone's brains are scrambled. Normally you're kind of going off and on, and now just you've got to defend another fresh set of 6 out where everything feels like it's going against you. As Jersey pick up. Oh, Tim McCready having a go. As Ireland keep them out. And now Jersey have to suddenly, after being on the front foot for so long, go back to defence. And Ireland are getting yards. Oh, touch is called. Ireland's number 4, Patrick O'Sullivan, doesn't feel he's made it, but it's a game of honesty, and we have to say the Jersey player looked like he made it from here. Ball into the midfield now. Back inside. 33 scoop set up. That's Max Vongra on the field, right on it. She's like, nope, player's onside, that's just half court.
Okay, a little bit of cleaning up to do. Apologies for anyone watching this from a Jersey perspective. Yes, we have just been made aware that we had the Guernsey flag up for a few minutes. That has been problem solved, so thank you all for bearing with us. As you were saying, Lloydie, back to as you were. Let's move swiftly on. Still locked 0-0, but is it still a case of Jersey looking really nice and composed and stitching things together as we see this number 5, Jason Kurt? He's certainly one to keep an eye out for. I really like the structure that they use. It's really impressive.
We're seeing there's 2 kind of systems you have with these teams where maybe they don't have a deeper player pool. Is you have a good pod and a bad pod, or A pod, D pod, however you want to say it, or you mix it up and try and even them out. I feel Jersey have done the latter. They've got a very even pod structure here. There's a player in each pod that has the potential to strike, and if he gets the reception he's getting so far, it's only a matter of time before they get one over. As Ireland get out of their own half for the first time in a while, number 9 making yards, that's David Dowling.
Yeah,
he's clear. He's looking for the offside. Does Celine Swanson on field agree? I think it would just be a touch.
I think it's an interesting one as well because it looked to me that Dowling had touched the offside player. So if you initiate that touch, it's often just you've got to play that where it is, and then there's an old off the mark conversation as well. I think it's great chat from the referees. I actually think what I've said is just come to fruition, which is vindicating.
It's fantastic stuff because the amount of times, we both played too, you're in a situation where you don't understand why the decision's gone against you, and the ref just blows the whistle and runs off, but Celine's done a fantastic job explaining all this what's happening. As a handling mistake means Jersey, for the first time in a while, aren't using their transition to get back into the Irish half.
Yeah, and we had the pleasure of calling the Irish men's 30s earlier on, and their transition was just amazing. You know, the likes of Stephen Troy, Stefan Fletcher, Mike Kelly. That transition was just electric. And I'd love to see this Irish men's 50s dive into the same box of tricks and move with a little bit more momentum. That's nice.
There does seem to be too much. I'm trying to find the hole. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people played Union or League, and sometimes you find a little hole and you can plough your way through because they're going to get a hand to you. But a hand to you in this game is a tackle. So that little hole needs to be a big hole, or set some platforms, show some momentum. Don't just try and do it all yourself.
Absolutely, and it's a team game, right? And we see it all the time in the mixed, especially. There's teams that are able to use all the players. Maybe we just saw it in the England mix where like Lily Merritt had one of the best games I've ever seen her have. Heather Richardson was just unplayable. She was asked to just latch every single time, and she was making 10, 15 metres each time she was asked to do so. It's not just evident in the mix. It's evident across all codes. If you've got the structure to bring other people into play rather than trying to do everything yourself, you've got to find more space.
You're exactly right. Everyone talks about mix and say quite often it is the team with the best female players that win. But often in men's or women's, it's a team that also have the fewest weak links. If you have 5 solid players and 1 really good player that can rely on them, it's going to get a much better system than 2 really, really good players that don't trust their teammates. And here, this Jersey team, you feel they're trusting their teammates a lot more. They're using each other.
I think as well, just the referees are just going to have I think there was a potential score given, but I think it's going to come all the way back for forward pass off the base of the ruck, which is heartbreaking for Jersey. We're stood right behind their sub box, and their whole team was screaming, "Just go and score!" Maybe to try and take the opportunity away for it to be chalked off. But they'll get another crack of the whip. There's loss of control there from Ireland, and they can't keep giving Jersey opportunities. They are going to make them pay.
Again, there's a few scores here that different ref, different day, could go the other way. I feel the refs have gotten right so far, but again, it's that narrow margin between are they onside? Are you controlling the ball? Is it a 4 pass of the ruck? Or my classic favourite, have they actually stepped over the ball? I don't think he did there, but we'll see him go through. A little step back hole one, but good touch.
We've seen that hole one open quite a lot as well, and just for a little bit of clarity. Could you explain to the people who are listening what we mean by hole one? Because I've used it a few times, and it's quite hard trying to do lead comms and then explain what you're trying to say as well. So now I've got a co-comms.
Score though.
Oh my word!
Simple hands out to the wing. We've seen some good defence support from Patrick O'Sullivan on the shot, but Jersey have just gone the other way and conditioned. But yeah, so Jersey are running a lot of these quickie platforms. So we talk about the 3 options for quickie. Is initially you go to their short side, so you're targeting the area where there are the fewest defenders, and you've got to try and beat the man there. Once you've got them pulling a hard corner that way or running that way really hard, we look at the step back, and that's go from the 32, the mid-link channel, to the mid-mid channel. Now, the person covering that channel has to be the other middle, and so what tends to happen is if the links get too wide and the mids are too tight, you get a massive hole appearing in the opposite mid-link, and that platform mid is chopping that hole one. So that's hole 1, then hole 2, and hole 3 on the outside.
Yeah, and I think as well we've seen it all throughout the day. I think the best example of it was in that England Men's Open game against Spain, where I think it was Tom Lawton-Davies absolutely fizzed a pass into the chest of Archie Devlin.
I can't believe he caught it.
And he just ghosted through that hole one. It's a really good example of what happens when you start that line wide and come back against the grain. It's dangerous. Speaking of danger, there's Ireland getting on the scoreboard.
You have to say it's not been coming, but out of nowhere, Damien McAllister in the corner. Fantastic stuff. And suddenly, this game that you feel Jersey's been aching and trying to get a score and finally got it, is now 1-1. Back to level.
It's funny how quickly things can turn on its head. I mean, we saw it in the mixed open game just before this. Harrison Cross, who I've got a break coming up, I think, after this game, so I'm gonna go hunt him down and see what's happening with him, because he scored 4 in 10 minutes and then didn't play a minute of the second half. So I wonder if that's potentially an injury. But you saw it in that mixed open game where Harrison got his 4 scores, and then all of a sudden, we were back within a one-score game. It touches a game that can just flip on its head very quickly.
Well, yeah, again, it's a big tournament. We all sit here and think, oh, we play touch week in, week out. This is an international level tournament. This is the biggest tournament in Europe. And you'll get an adrenaline dump if you go out there and you've had this massive adrenaline rush, score 4 times in this heat. Suddenly, as he goes down, absolute lovely footwork from Brett Graham, finds a little space in that 33 channel, and Jersey take the lead again. The scores are now going. The ball is rolling. Ireland time to apply.
Absolutely. I think you've summed it up very nicely. I mean, I imagine that juggle kind of put the Irish defence off their pace a little bit. And as you say, Brett Graham.
But it's exactly what we were just saying is, you get a bit comfortable and all of a sudden someone scores. Same things happen there. You see a guy about to drop it, get a bit comfortable, get a bit lazy. Oh, he's on the floor, ball is down.
Yeah, you can't switch off. As you see Gerald Pelosi try and make something happen for his team. Ireland have got to go forward just a little bit more. That's a nice bit of speed getting into the in-goal area. Can he connect with some supporting players?
Oh!
Unfortunately, it's just ball down. Andrew Selby couldn't take that one in his stride. But what about the pace on display from Patrick O'Sullivan? Ireland need a little bit more of that.
Well, yeah, but it's all come from Andre Miranda's platform. He's found that space, he's got on the back player, he's given a solid dump, and an absolute excellent pickup from Patrick O'Sullivan. You know what, that finish was difficult, and if he got it down, we'd maybe call and try the tournament so far.
Yeah, it was almost an absolutely cracking finish. As we see O'Sullivan with another opportunity to get over. And just steadying the ship, looking for this 32 platform. Nice solid ball down, diving hard at the line.
Oh no.
Nice chat from the refs. I really do hope that it's not another injury for Ireland.
Ball is down.
I think they've given the score, and I think Patrick O'Sullivan fully deserves it. But he got up a little bit too slow for my liking. I was worried that this Irish 50s would have had 2 injuries in quick succession. But, I mean, he fully deserves this score, doesn't he?
And we've praised Jersey so much this game about their go forwards, their attacking. But their line defence policy, Ireland have been past the 10 metre twice, and both times they've scored. And you've got to start asking questions of, if Jersey can't keep them out, then are they just going to keep racking up numbers?
Yeah.
Are they going to make a game that Jersey probably feel they should be winning into a game that they're drawing or perhaps even losing?
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes to half time. And you're exactly right. Jersey have had the lion's share of field position, but they've not really done much with it. And there's a bit of a tumble there in the midfield. The referees are happy just to let this play, which is nice. But it probably doesn't feel all too good for the player who took a bit of a roll. A nice scoop as well.
Throws the winger. Oh!
It's just fallen short of the winger. And again, there's another Irish player down. Hopefully he gets up quite quickly. The referee, though, is holding up the signal.
Yeah, Alanko Kanagasa Bapathi in the corner there, right above his head. A little bit taller, or perhaps a little bit low on the pass, and that's the score there.
Absolutely. And this game, this first half especially, has been marred with injuries for Ireland. This second one doesn't look to be too good either.
I think this is the second game for both teams here, and that is what happens in the 50s division is perhaps, the body's not working as well anymore, things are going to happen, and a lot of these players are also people who picked up the game maybe later in life, maybe will play from Union. We saw in the Chile game how many physical touches there were, and not a matter of people being hard, but just people coming to touch upright and getting themselves injured as a result of different levels of technique.
Absolutely, and thankfully Jason Keane is up and moving and making his way back over towards the sub box, so that doesn't seem to be as bad as the first injury, where I think there was a lot of gestures towards the collarbone, which is a really tough one to take if you're an Irish supporter. There's a nice drive though from Ireland. They'll be looking to shift through their own gears. A minute left to go in this half, and look to get more scores on the board. There's
Andrew Wallace appears to be going down for Andre Miranda, who picks up 6th touch.
Yeah, unfortunately just losing track of the touch count. I mean, it is hard, right? And I suppose you can talk to us about this as well. Especially in this heat, when the game's played at pace, it's hard to keep track of this touch count. We see it quite often.
Oh, I think people, with how hot it is, underestimate how difficult it is. I think I had one in the last game where I was like, oh God, I hope it's 4th, because I have no idea if it's not 4th what this is. And yeah, you can figure it out sometimes because you go, oh, they're latching on, this must be forthcoming. But then they save a touch in transition maybe, or perhaps they lose a touch and someone's not happy. I feel, the standard of refereeing here is very high. There will be mistakes. There always will be. But in general, the referee probably knows better than the players.
Completely agree, and that does take us to half-time. Well, we are locked all square in this men's 50s. 2 tries apiece. Ireland have overcome some fair adversity. They had one quite bad injury, 2 other worrying moments, but the rest of the players seem to be fit and firing. At the half in this men's 50s clash, it's Ireland 2, Jersey 2. So welcome back. Second half of this men's 50s clash between Jersey and Ireland. A game in which Jersey probably feel like they've not taken all the opportunities that have been afforded to them. And Ireland have probably gone into that second half break feeling much more comfortable with the scoreline as it is. Would you agree with that, Lloydie?
Yeah, especially when you feel like they've had a few knocks, they've come down, they've gone down once, they've gone down twice, and every single time they've come back up. You've got to feel they're coming into this going, this game is in the palm of our hands, we can win this, as a possible forward pass infraction and a penalty turnover. Yeah,
marginal. It's marginal. Agrees. As the Jersey coach walking in front of our sub box, just agrees with our call. It's marginal. I mean, it's a nice endeavour. I mean, I love the little disguised pass to create that 3-on-2. This is the one for me from Ireland. He's certainly got the keys to this Jersey defence. I mean, the last thing you want to see is him taking a tumble and having to sub off. But Patrick O'Sullivan has been brilliant for Ireland.
And you do often notice things when there's a change of halves, is that Jersey clearly have a lot of good right to left passes on their team. So in the first half it was coming towards us in the commentary booth, but now on the far wing I believe it is, I don't know actually. We'll
problem solve that one. We'll wait until he passes in front of us and then we can give him the plaudits, because he's always in good areas. He's just asking for that pass to be delivered with maybe a little bit more zip on it, so it's not as loopy. You know, it takes the time away from the defence to come over and track across, as we see Tim McCready try and make something happen for Jersey. And I tell you what, we've all been there, but Frank Ennis couldn't help himself but try and have a go at that ball.
Oh, it's white line fever. In your head, you've caught it, you've ran the length of the pitch and scored, and then you come back to reality and the ball's on the floor. Little quickie platform, you've got a feeling like, oh, ball is down.
Yeah, that's a great score from Tim McCready. It's brilliant.
You've got Gerard Atchery did his best to shut in, but it wasn't enough. And you've got to feel now Jersey also, they're getting the links biting to stop these quickies. The option's going to appear more and more and more.
And they're doing really good work, which is the really impressive thing, because Jersey, it's very easy, isn't it, when things haven't quite gone your way, your head drops a little bit and you stop going back to your bread and butter. They've not done that. They've been repelled on the try line a fair few times, but they've never stopped coming forward. And I think it's a real part of the Jersey DNA in touch.
Yeah, they've definitely said our quickie platform is better than their quickie defence, and we're going to use it and use it and use it, and eventually it'll come out good for them. But will Ireland do what they've been doing every single time so far and making it level again?
Yeah, well, this pod will be looking to do exactly that. Looks extremely athletic. Long ball goes to the wing. There's not a lot of space to work with. There's a nice bit of recycling. I tell you what, this should be a magnificent score. They can create some opportunities on the near-hand side. Unfortunately, that one just drifts forward. But again, you see the Irish's ability to manufacture some good bit of go forward on fifth touch. You can't really switch off against them.
Yeah, again, you have to say there that with a better ball to hands, that is a good chance for Ireland, which has come, again, second half started and it's been very, very close, much closer than the first half felt, even at level. As Jersey come flying up the wing here, taking some touches, taking some hard drives.
Yeah, it's leg-burning stuff, especially in this heat. But there's good momentum, fourth touch, fifth coming. There's opportunities here for Jersey to have a decent scoop. Not scooping, instead platforming, and again just slightly losing track of the touch count, taking a bit of a tumble. I think there was a bit of disparity between the players. I think the winger was calling last, and the midfielder wanted that last platform that would have been sixth touch, which he thought was fifth. There's a big dummy that comes in.
We see this pod of Tim McCready and Brett Graham, and clearly the plan there is they're going to get number one Brett Graham on that scoop every single time, and sometimes that means losing the touch count because you're trying so hard just to get him on that ball.
Yeah, speaking of the familiar scooper, here's O'Sullivan driving, trying to create a 2-on-1.
Andrew Wallace gets it down, perhaps a little bit slow to half, but can he make some magic out of nothing? Ooh, touch is made, almost found the gap.
It's very close, and certainly Patrick O'Sullivan is one of these bright sparks in his Irish 50s who looks to have a little bit about him. And I think going into the last stage of this game, if it remains a one-try game, Ireland will be looking towards O'Sullivan to create something for his team.
It does feel like one of those situations where maybe you make the pods a little bit, change the pod orders to get those strike players on the pitch, because they're down. They've got to get a point if they want to make it at least a draw, potentially even more.
Yeah, and they've put themselves in relatively good stead to do exactly that. They've by no means, struggled in this game. Jersey have just had the a little bit of better striking platform. Well, I think this one's going to come back for the touch that was made over on the far side by Andre Miranda.
Lovely scoop from Jason Kerr, though. He must feel hard done by there, but, you know, refs are right on it as always.
Yeah, touches like that worth just as much as a score. Miranda showing up for his team. There's O'Sullivan trying to bounce around the oncoming pressure. Nothing doing on that occasion. Miranda gets in at acting half. Good line speed, though, from Jersey. Fourth touch, not over halfway yet. It's good midfield defence.
Damien Maltwood steps up to make a touch. Ireland taking the space out wide. Oh, and he's overrun it a little bit. It's going to be static last. Can Ireland create something out of nothing as they tried before?
They've certainly got the ability to do it. It's a nice shape on the pass out towards the left-hand side, trying to create a bit of a pace mismatch. And it was almost the look of trying to put the ball on the toe there and have a stab into the backfield. But easy turnover there from Jersey. Really good defence. Really good midfield defence. Shut out that transition really well.
And I like that because they say, we don't care if you kill the ball far side. We're killing you in transition anyway. Go ahead, throw it over there. We're going to keep you exactly where you are.
Yeah, Jersey is having to come back to the mark. Referee, Johnny on the spot. And I think the right call has come to fruition. I could sort of see you eyeballing the refs there to be like, is the call going to get made? And it was exactly that.
To be fair, sometimes these lines are hard to see, but I feel today the lines are pretty good. I feel, you know, people got to do better.
Yeah, agreed. You gotta have a bit of pitch awareness about know where the out of bounds is. And we are 7 minutes into this second half, scoring slowed up considerably. It might favour Ireland going into the latter stage of the game, and crucially, no more injuries, which is always the important thing. Ireland taking this ball back into the midfield and then trying to expose an outside edge. Again, not a lot of dynamic platforms being set, but moving the ball from edge to edge relatively nicely. Coming over into this 21 channel.
On the 32. Has he found space? No, excellent work. Brett Graham is trying to fight for a man of the match award this game. He's had an absolute stormer in attack and defence.
Yeah, he's certainly got the bit between his teeth trying to make something happen for his team, which is oh so impressive. There's calls from the Irish middles just asking for hard touch penalties.
I just feel he's quick off the line there. You know, the Islanders stagnated because he's just done so well to get onside. And as we were talking about in the first half, what was happening is Jersey weren't doing well in the line defence. They might have kept Ireland out here for the first time in a very long while. And as a result, we'll keep the lead.
Yeah, well, Ireland just got to get a little bit of attacking platform coming. It's decent enough work, but it's just becoming a little bit disjointed. You could sort of see it on your picture there. There's massive gaps in between the middles and the links. They're struggling to generate some go forward in terms of their line speed and well, you know, that attacking structure is really difficult for Ireland to come up with at the moment, whereas Jersey, it seems like they've got these default plays in their back pocket that they can just use at will.
But you do feel that the Irish midfield defence has been better this time. Barry Keogh comes flying up, makes a touch, kills the play, and now Ireland aren't rolling. They might keep Jersey down this end of the pitch. Fifth touch coming, Ireland are onside. Can Jersey do the magic? No, it's going to be ball to ground, and Ireland have got the ball in a very dangerous position with 6 touches to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. But they'll need to, you know, not fall into the trap that we've seen a few teams fall into, which is burn too many touches trying to get the fresh legs on or cough the ball up on one. Hard touch, though, is given, so tap penalty here for Ireland. So they'll go through the rest of their subset and have the fresh set of 6 to work with.
Finally, a bit more momentum on this from Ireland now. And, you know, who do you expect? It's Patrick O'Sullivan again. Yeah. He's got the pace. If they don't set for him, I'd be very surprised. Yeah. Here's Quickie, splitting open side. Is he going to give it? Oh!
Hand in the passing lane, easy 6 more. You know what? I don't want to tell Ireland how to play.
Just give it to him.
Just give him the ball. Set him on a 32 short or a sweeper and let him go. You know, someone who's that fast, it probably doesn't get the best out of him trying to run quickies.
Oh, the ball is down.
However, I'll just go home and eat my words, shall I? I'll book my flight home to now because Patrick O'Sullivan equalises off the quickie.
And we kind of have to say here that Jersey put in so much work to keep that lead, and then quickie platform short side. Eventually, it's what paid off for them. They've targeted the weaker mids, they've dived at his ankles, and it's level again, all off the back of that one man, Patrick O'Sullivan.
Yeah, it's a good call from the referee as well. The retreating defender didn't quite hit the line before O'Sullivan got the ball down. 10 minutes to go. Ireland are certainly making a bit of a fist of this, and Jersey, for all of their good work, and they certainly play familiar patterns that we're more used to seeing or more accustomed to seeing. This traditional touch structure, not really been able to pull away from Ireland on any occasion.
You say that, but then what was just scored by Patrick Sullivan's textbook? Show the open side quickie, get them cornering, getting them confused, get them squared up, then go short side. Mid's immediately squared up, he just burnt him on the outside. It is good touch. It's maybe basic, but it's good touch.
It is, and sometimes you just need those fundamentals. I think you see the difference in momentum as well. The swing has been very noticeable. Just the speed of turnover, Ireland are going a little bit harder at the roll ball. They're working harder to set good platforms. That's now fit. Well, that's 6 and change.
And they must feel they're back in this, and because everyone's gaining more momentum. You've seen Barry Keogh putting some pace on the ball. We've seen David Dowling putting some pace on the ball. These are players who in the first half weren't making those yards, and now they're going, actually, we can win this. They're driving straight. They're doing nothing silly. They're not trying to find those random holes anymore. They're running straight at the offside player, and they're getting the yards.
Jersey have upped their intensity in this transition, trying to create some opportunities to go forward.
Mark Peters on the short, maybe running into his own player. Ooh.
A little bit of a tumble and a wry smile from the coach as well, which I think is always lovely. Fifth touch. What can Jersey create when no touches in the back pocket?
Again, there's going to be space on the outside again. Can they find the number 12 on the wing? Oh, a little bit dummy, little show and go. Oh!
I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I just wonder if Jersey could apply a little bit more depth onto their attack. I think so far the teams that have really stood out are the teams that have that depth in their attack. I was having this conversation with someone earlier, and yesterday actually. They're saying, like, the three things you really look at if you're trying to sort of spot if a team is emerging, developing, or established. The established team, like the three big things that will separate all three sort of standards of teams: time in which the ball's on the floor, keep getting the ball off the floor nice and cleanly, and accurately. More importantly, number 2, depth, attacking depth. How deep you are when you're trying to roll through your attack. And, do you have these options? I think you see England do it really well. You see Ireland do it really well. You see France and Wales do it really well. They run with such depth and such purpose. And what they try and do on fifth. As soon as fifth touch comes, are we just defaulting to killing it in the corner? Or do we have things like switches, wraparounds, that little bit of composure and skill that you need to become a viable threat on fifth? And I think what you're seeing here is these are two nations that they have the ball's not on the floor for all too long. Normally there is a half there, nice and ready. There isn't that depth, unfortunately, in their attack. And they are trying to create stuff on fifth. So if they could just add that level of depth to their attack, these are two teams that could progress quite quickly.
And that depth is essential at every level. And from the basics of running a short and getting that line on, to when you're running the passive options, when you're running blocker options, every single time screaming depth, the players I coach. And we see it happening here. Oh,
there we go.
Out of nothing again.
Who else is it? Who else is it but Patrick O'Sullivan? My word. He's had a game to remember. And the defence just switches off. The referee gives the signal, blows the whistle, is ready for the tap penalty. And the only person who reacts to it, Patrick O'Sullivan.
And suddenly, for the first time in this game, Ireland are up. Jersey must be, kicking themselves. They've not scored their chances, and now Ireland have scored all theirs.
Well, I think it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to kick Jersey into life, and they're going to get over on this occasion, or Ireland are going to start to pull away with it because they've got their tails up there. They've got that momentum.
Tim McGreedy and Brett Graham looking for the quickie option again, picking up this time. Oh, that's a fresh set of 6. You know what? I don't mind that at all. I feel that the trail line's working really strong there, and number 12 for Ireland, Frank Ennis, has actually maybe saved them levelling it up.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just need it, and obviously you don't get sent for playing at the ball. Oh, that might be ball down. I think that is ball down. I wonder what the referee's saying. Oh, that looked pretty good to me. What do you think, Lloydie?
Oh, it looked like ball down to me, but if it's not, you've got to feel that platform mid's got to be chopping that whole one we've discussed.
Yeah.
It was massive, it was open, and even if you gave the pass, there wasn't a player there to do it.
Surely. We've got to see it now.
Open side this time.
Oh,
He's got him in a twister. He's absolutely cut him up.
Oh, I think they're going to give... I think it's going to be penalty ball for Jersey. 4 minutes left on the clock. I'd love to see, and this is just my personal opinion, I'd love to see refs just give it. The advantage is the score. Just give the score.
So, in theory, obviously we can't see the scoreline from here. We don't know who's on or who's not.
Oh, yeah, true. He might have grounded it short.
Maybe the player was on, but a different player made the touch. There are exceptions to this. But, you know, again, refs right on it.
That's the second penalty in quick succession. Good chat from the ref there. He saw the hand signal. One more, and someone will get sent for the rest of the possession. There's again another nice onside quickie. It's good defensive touch that comes in from Ireland. And this really feels like crunch time now. 3.5 minutes to go.
You've got to feel if Jersey don't score here, this might be Ireland's game. Not just because Ireland will still be up, but heads will surely go. This many sets at the line. They're coming this close to scoring. Oh!
Good touch.
Whoa! These are so close. He's going to go either way. It's got to be disheartening at some point where you feel you're not getting the calls. But again, the referee's positioning every single time has been right there, within a metre of it. You've got to know they're getting it right. As it opens side, Quickie's coming again. Oh, not a great roll ball as he goes short side instead. That must be ball down. Oh, touch is called. Excellent touch from number 12, Frank Ennis. He's kept them out basically by himself in this set.
Yeah, you can't help but feel like, what else can Jersey do? Instead, they come over towards this 32 short platform. That's fifth. Now driving hard.
Oh, that's ball down.
That has to be.
That's ball down. And Jersey have earned it. You feel they've had 6 50-50s go against them. And then finally, that's 100%. Ball is down. It's level again. 3 minutes, anyone's game.
I really feel like probably the fair result here is a draw. Because both teams have, neither have really pulled away from one. They are hotly contested. Yeah, you're so right. It's nice. You condition those middles to be nice and tight off the quickie platform. You then go 32 short, back them being a little bit leggy. That's exactly what they look like. But the recipe for success here for Jersey, you've got to keep out the number 4, Patrick O'Sullivan, who is going to be trying to spearhead his team to a win that will feel like an almighty scalp has been taken. O'Sullivan playing away, now coming back into this near mid-channel. Opportunities here for O'Sullivan to have a scoop, driving hard at the line. Late check away, and Jersey retreat past the try line. And it is Patrick O'Sullivan, try scorer turned provider. Then there's moments left in this game. And the number 4 for Ireland has been the difference maker.
And you've got to feel it's a case of Jersey have just had, 8 attacking sets since Ireland had 1 full complete set at the line. And they only scored 1 right at the end. And then Ireland have come up the other end, 1 attacking set, 1 set of 6. And Patrick O'Sullivan provides the business out. Little assists. He's got to be all man of the match so far, surely.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's anyone else in the conversation. 90 seconds left to go.
Jersey need this now to salvage a point. As the open side quickie comes out, he's in the space. Oh, touch is called.
Yeah, they're going to need to find a way to stay in the fight here, Jersey.
I think they're running this open side quickie. They're running it well. The links aren't shutting in. Just have a go on the outside. Stop stepping back into a man.
Yeah, I wonder.
As they have a look at the short side this time. Oh, he's in.
Oh, is he offside?
Oh, he's on.
I tell you what, the only person running Patrick O'Sullivan close for man of the match is Frank Ennis, because defensively, he's barely put a foot wrong. He's defended these quickies well. He's staying nice and tight. He's setting some good line speed expectations. He sets good standards for the rest of his team. And Ireland need a little bit more of that.
I'll tell you what, if I had this many close calls in a game, I'd lose my head. And so fair play to the Jersey boys for keeping it switched on. Because again, it's marginal every single time. It's a game of millimetres, not even inches.
Yeah, I would also, at this stage, I'd be looking to just throw this ball to the wing and say to the winger, you've got 10 seconds to eat off the clock. Go and burn as many as you possibly can. Nice inside trail line, and Ireland almost get over for their 6th of the game. but there are seconds remaining, and barring something magical happening on fifth, Ireland will have taken the victory in a game where they found themselves with their backs against the wall for 90% of the game and have come out with a victory right at the very last. That is a victory that really gives you a lot of confidence going into the rest of the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. And it shows that in games where maybe you're not dominating the midfield, maybe you're not dominating possession, you can still pull out wins if you have that extra bit of pace, that extra go forward at the line, and you can convert your opportunities.
Well, from one jersey to another, Jersey men's 50s just falling ever so short of Ireland. Final score 5-4 in favour of Ireland. And we shift over now back into the mixed open division, and it is Belgium, and they'll be taking on Jersey, and I'll be with you in about 10 minutes time.
¿A dónde fuimos?
minus 3 minutes. T minus 3 minutes. T minus 3 minutes.